304, you're live with Tim Black. True Story Tuesday, how you doing?
Hey, Tim. Sorry, Man Ozz. Rob.
Rob, what's up, man?
Hey, it's been a spell since I called in.
Right. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, Tim. I'm all right. I just listened to the last call there, and you know what? I could care less if George Soros funded you a couple $1 million to keep the show alive. I'd be happy about that. It didn't change your content. I think over the years, and it's been a long, long time, this quote-unquote of a sellout has been bastardized. If people do good or find a way to do good or give more to the masses, they're immediately labeled as sellout. You've seen it in the black community. If a black man takes on a better-paying job somewhere, he gets called a sellout. Back in my day, one of my favorite bands is Metallica. And when they start making radio-friendly music, they were called sellouts by their hardcore community. And they're just a bunch of sellouts. They're on the radio now. And I remember listening to that bass player one time say, yep, we've been called sellouts, and we sell out every arena, every album, everywhere we go. And that's fine. But on that note, yeah, I agree with you. It's not it's what you do. If your voice changed, if your message changed and was you would know against your soul if taking money swayed your view, swayed your impact against what you didn't want to say. If you were getting Monsanto money and say, hey, eat all this Monsanto corn, it's good for you. I looked into it. It's really good for you. Not because they're paying me. It's just good for you. Then we would know that's a sellout. But I really believe that the term sellout's just been loosely thrown around and labeled to anybody that tries to do good. Mm-hmm. My second point was the FBI Comey thing. Sometimes people get fired because they need to get fired. That guy just, if Bernie Sanders would have won or Hillary Clinton would have won, and they fired him, I'd have felt the same way as like, yep, that man deserved to get fired. He's the leader of the FBI, and when all that stuff went down, a lot of high-ranking members of the FBI were exiting because he failed to do what he was supposed to do. A lot of people in the FBI knew that he did not follow the law the way it should have been. He kind of manipulated and said, well, we have no precedents, and this is a slippery slope, and we can't do this to her. And then, 2 days before the election, he comes back with, we're looking into this wiener stuff. To me, that is a guy that can't lead. You can't have somebody as a director of the FBI that can't lead the FBI in unity. We watch basketball coaches and stuff like that. When they can't lead a team and there's dissension among the ranks, you got to get rid of him. You got to burn it down and get rid of him and move on. So Comey thing, sometimes it is what it is. He just got fired because he couldn't do his job properly, and he's always in the media, and he looks wishy-washy, and his own team can't get behind him. And if you can't have your own team behind him, you got to go.
Word. Hey, look, Rob.
That's the way it is.
You killed it, man. Good point. I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens.
It was coming. I mean, we all seen the writing on the wall. I mean, and like I said, we fall for some of these false narratives and this conspiracies behind of why and who and what. Sometimes you just do a bad job and you get fired, and that's exactly what I've seen. He did a bad job and he got fired. That's it. End of story. Whether Trump fired him or Bernie Sanders would have fired him or Hillary would have fired him, it's just he didn't do his job properly. That's the way I see it. He's not a leader of the FBI. He should not be director, being that wishy-washy.
Wow. I feel you, brother, and I agree with you. He didn't do a good job, man. He was in the news way too much for me, brother. Way too much.
I agree with that. How can you be a director and lead a team if you're doing inquiries and news meetings all day long? Where's the boss? He's not here today. He's doing Oprah. He's not in today. He's doing this. He's not in today. How do you lead? How do you get director? He's going to be fine, people. It's not like he's going back to the ghetto. James Comey will be fine out there. He's probably got a nice mansion somewhere. He's going to be okay. He'll land a job, a teaching job, speaking job. He's going to be all right.
Absolutely, brother. Hey, look, Rob, thank you,
I'll
brother.
let it go, Tim.
I appreciate you, man. Good to hear from you, man. Give it up for my friend Rob. Hey, look, Rob said he ain't gonna be out of work. I mean, he's not gonna starve. He's not gonna starve. What am I supposed to do? Starve? Supposed to live in a hovel? Danny Aiello, Harlem Nights. I'm living in a hovel. He's not gonna live in a hovel, guys. Whatever a hovel is. I know Danny Aiello said that, man. I want Danny Aiello, Mr. Danny Aiello, to come on this show. We won't talk about Hillary unless you want to.